It's my husband's and my 20th anniversary, so I thought I would ramp up my makeup and make a little effort tonight, ladies. And if you're looking to do something a little romantic, maybe you might want to watch along and pick up some tips. Now, you can choose any colours you want, but I'll take you through what I've decided to use. I've started with, of course, the Delicious Glow Balm. I'll either use this or the Hydration Plus Moisturiser as my primer before my foundation. Now, the foundation I'm using here is the Loose Minerals with the SPF 20 because, I don't know, maybe I'll be out for dinner, could be in the sun, I don't know. But I wanted something that's going to stay on my skin for a long time, and that's what this foundation does. It's awesome. You just put it on and forget about it. And you can see instant skin-like coverage. It's not cakey, it's not itchy, it doesn't feel like you're wearing any makeup, and that's really what I wanted. Full coverage that I can forget about, that just wipes over the face really easily. If you want heavy coverage too with the Loose Minerals from Adorn, you just press the brush on, and then if you're wanting a lighter coverage, you buff it. Now, necks and chest, like absolutely do that. It helps protect against sun damage, and plus it evens out any of that damage that we've already got. Oh, my favourite product, the Peachy Sleep. Put it anywhere you're dark or you've got some shadowing. So dark circles, the corner of your eyes. Oh, look, the droopy mouth, those bloody creases next to your nose. And I love the corner of my eyes because it really opens up the eyes. Great if you've got smaller eyes or hooded eye and you're just trying to really open up and brighten that area. Now, I've just used the warmth of my fingers just to tap it all over. And now what I'm doing, because I just want a little bit more brightening, is I'm putting on, you can use a light concealer. I'm using the light cream foundation. I'm just putting it on over the top of the Peachy Sleep and a little bit on that inner cheek where we get a bit flat. So I'm trying to create the illusion of more fullness there. But as you saw, I mentioned, or I pointed out rather, where to avoid. Don't put it around where you would smile because any cream product's going to crease there. So here we've got our cream contour. I love this product. It just adds warmth, it adds dimension, it corrects and it hides. So I use this most days. If I'm really super lazy, I'll just use our compact, the contour compact. Now you can use a brush, fingers. I'm just showing you this time how you can use a sponge because last time I used a brush, but you can use whatever you want. Just try and keep the color or the shading quite bold, because you'll see later on as I'm finishing the look, I'll bring it all together. So I don't want to overblend at this point. Just a quick eyebrow. We all need a little bit of help in that department. Focusing on the arches and not extending the tail downwards too much, because remember that will give us a droopy eye and we don't want that. The crayons, they are so versatile. You can use them for anything. Eyeliner, and you can see here I'm using them as an eyeshadow or a cream eyeshadow. Perfect if you've got crepey skin, hooded eyes. Just whack it on, and then what you'll see is I'm finding my favorite blending brush, which is the long handled fluffy brush. You want a round fluffy brush, and I'm dipping it into a little bit of a brown eyeshadow. Oh yes, we can't have fallout. So just use, I don't know, a tissue or something just to stop fallout onto your makeup. So I'm actually now, I didn't blend that cream stick or that face stick. I've blended it with the loose eyeshadow over the top. And I've pressed, you can see I'm sort of dabbing it. I'm pressing that mineral eyeshadow onto the cream area first. It's locking it in, it's creating intensity. And now I'm blending into the crease and up onto the bone. If you've got small eyes or you've got hooded eyes, this is a really good technique by blending it up, keeping the color at its density on the eyelid, but blending it up onto the brow or the bone, and that's going to give you the illusion of a crease. Now, I don't like to see where makeup starts and ends, so what I've done is I've just gone over that little line down the middle, or where you could see the dark meeting the light, and I've just put on this beautiful rose quartz mineral eyeshadow, again pressing. I mainly press eyeshadow. These eyeshadows are so pigmented, you don't need a lot. They just press on and they stay on for quite a long time, which is great. I keep the corner of my eyes quite nude because as you're more mature or if you've got smaller eyes, it just keeps this part of your eye quite open and wide with the illusion that your eyes are brighter and bigger. Now I'm putting on, with the angled brush, that same rose quartz eyeshadow just on that outer quarter of my eye to give the eye lift. I don't know, look a little romantic. Add a bit of that pink. And it's not as harsh as having that dark, like a brown or a black under the eye. Now I'm going over the cream contour with the compact contour. Why? Because I want to, and I just like to really make sure that I have locked down and intensified where I want my skin to look warmer or where I want my skin to get that height. So putting that on that horizontal is giving me that height in the face and avoiding my face looking so sallow. Here I'm now putting on that rose quartz on my cheeks because, you know, I couldn't think of what blush I wanted. So the same eyeshadow is going on my cheeks and I'm just dipping my finger in the pot, tapping it onto my cheeks and blending it into that contour. So your blush essentially just sits over the top and above of your contour product or your bronzer or whatever you put there. Now I'm using the kabuki brush to bring it all together. It probably looked a little bit structured, like you could see the makeup before, but the kabuki brush now is going to bring it all together, make it all seamless. And I'm doing this so you can just see you don't have to spend so much time blending each product. Get it on, keep the intensity, and when you're happy with it, then just go over it with, say, the kabuki brush or another brush to blend it all together. Here, look, you can use a cotton pad. You can use one of these triangle puffs, whatever you want. I've just put on a little bit of a loose, or pressed powder rather, under the eyes just to seal it down and flatten that area so it didn't look so puffy. And that was with the refillable compact in Fair. So now, the Illuminizer, one of our longest products. Put it around your temples because your temples tend to hollow out and that makes it look fuller. I put it on the tip of my nose. I'm now using that same Illuminizer on my Cupid's bow and the center of my bottom lip. Why? Because I'm going to have kissable, delicious lips after I put on a lip color. Putting the highlighter there makes the lip look like it's got more of a pout and you've got more of a curl on that top lip. I've also put it under the edge of my brow or the tail end of my brow. That just gives the eye a bit of a lift and also helps shape the brows. Again, still can't find my bloody adorned goddamn curlers. So yep, these are doing. So you clench down and clamp down and then you sort of lift up to really stretch them at the roots to give a good curl. Get your lash primer on, focus it on the outer lashes because they're the ones you want the most length with. And then just grab whatever mascara. I'm using black on a day-to-day basis. I use the brown. I'm using the little teeny tiny precision brush because I've got short, stumpy, no existing lashes. So frustrating. Let's hope I don't jab myself in the eye or give myself a clump of mascara on my eyelid this time. So far, so good. Yes. Now I'm tickling. So I'm really getting that brush up under the roots and I'm sort of blinking. Oh yeah, no, here we go. Of course, I've poked myself in the eye. I'm blinking as I'm putting that mascara on. Blinking just pulls the lashes through the wand, collecting all that mascara without it being all clumpy. Now I'm just going back using the brush like a pencil and I'm just focusing on the little tips of the outer lashes to make them look a little longer rather than constantly loading up more and more mascara. So now I've got on the Quartz Mineral Eyeshadow. You can use an eyeliner or a cream product. I just want this to last quite a while, so I'm using a loose eyeshadow. And I'm showing you my quick flick or my quick winged eyeliner, which is a real cheats way of doing it because you just do it last at the corners like I've done. Couldn't think of a lipstick. So I thought, damn it, I'm going to put on the lip glaze because it's just a sheer colour. And then I'm going to whack on the rose quartz on my lips. I mean, here we go. Multi-purpose, mindless makeup. Just put it on your eyes, cheeks, lips, and you're done. I mean, if it matches your eyes and your cheeks, surely it's got to go on your lips fine. I think I love this colour. It's really nice. It's got a little shimmer to it as well. Shimmer gives the lips a little bit more of a, I suppose, a pout. And I'm done.